so freaking tanky. And they've got a Chen to back them up too, so that means even more armor and heals. So, I don't know, I feel like in a later game fight, EG is going to look really strong, and if they can't kill the Medusa, then Costabile should be able to turn things in Nouns' favor. So, shutting down Medusa is certainly one really good way. On the Noun side, they want to make sure that they just keep their net worth semi-comparable. That way, Medusa can be the frontliner to say, okay, you want to X-boat combo me? I don't care, I'm a Medusa. Obviously, you also have to worry about getting doomed potentially before you get off your Stone Gaze, but a lot of that's going to come down to initiation. But Nouns have a really strong early game. Beastmaster worked out really well for them last game. They've got Enchantress to secure this lane for Medusa. That is going to help out a lot as well. And Husky also can frontline a little bit. So they kind of need to like poke and stay survivable and basically allow themselves to survive against EG so that they can eventually turn fights. That should be how they should play this game. It's mostly just about net worth, making sure Dusa is semi-comparable in survivability, that they have like Vlad's aura coming from Beastmaster to make Costabile a little stronger, and that Husky, if all goes well, he can also get enough items to be survivable. Maybe some Force Staffs too, that way they can offset some of those static link problems in the mid-game that Medusa will run into. Gunner doing great though. 9-1 has got his bottle on the way. Abed going instead for a bracer stack build instead. Not too worrying as much about his spells here. Claimed by the beast. See if Gunner can get the bottom water rune. That would be pretty nice actually. Got Snowball here, so probably capable. It's going to be kind of important. I don't know if he can in front. Yeah.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, the Snowball. He should have ran a little bit earlier. That would have been really big for him. Yeah, I do like EG's lanes really. They look really good here for Arteezy at least. It's kind of similar to last game, just generally they get to be abusive, but with Chen it's even more so. Lots of pressure to zone out Hoodwink, who doesn't really want to trade with these Chen creeps, nor can she. And then Moo's going to try to harass a little bit with Wild Axes, but Bloodseeker, much like Chaos Knight, has really good sustain here. Yeah. That's exactly right, and I think it looks a little better for EG in that sense, because they've got a little bit better counter push. I guess they have like Wild Axes on Nouns and maybe like the Hoodwink spells, and I guess Ice Shards can be okay, but it might be a little bit difficult for them to counter push anything that EG goes for later on. But we'll see how the Chen and the Enchant matches up. Chen is seen as an inferior hero to Enchantress for the last bit of time, but well, Chen can work too.
Dire's courier has been killed.
That's a good point. Yeah, their lockdown is a little bit weak outside of X combo. That could definitely hurt them a little bit, especially against the survivable heroes. Whereas on the Noun side, I think they're relatively happy. Gunner's going to be great at disabling heroes. They've got Roar follow-up. They could also land Hoodwink stuns with Bushwhack, so I think they're going to be looking a little bit more safe. A lot of it's going to come down to how fast does he get Ags on Gunner, the Tusk, and can he find opportunities to just yoink some EG hero back into his teammate, or is it going to be like he gets doomed, X comboed out of position, and they're able to kill him without Medusa responding. So these mid-game fights are going to be big, assuming net worth is close. So laning stage is still very important here. Of course, I had to buy a Windlace to try to get away from Razor a little bit faster here. He doesn't even have Storm Surge yet, but it's still very important that Medusa doesn't lose her damage. That's going to be a big part of this game, really. Just how much damage do you lose from a static link as the fight develops.
Just to be clear, if I call you mate, I don't mean it literally.
First blood, and the atmosphere's electric.
I mean, it was right that they're pressuring Nightfall because he doesn't have any regen here, so getting him low meant that he would be zoned from the lane for a bit, but Husky just overestimating his survivability. He had some good heal going, but Razor just had a lot of damage stolen still, so when he finally turned, it was easy kill. See if the gang... Yeah.
Dire's courier has been
Hasn't
killed.
been a super easy lane for Gunner because he's
Radiant's
just going to
middle
constantly get
tower is
Tidebringer
under
smashed.
attack.
You don't have the
Oh, wow.
Radiant structures
Landed his
are
full combo to get
fortified.
Arcane Rune? Alright. That was a little surprising.
Opposed to taking the occasional bounty.
I mean, this is going to lead to a tower pressure. That part's pretty good.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they need to kill the catapult, but it still has one tower hit left on it, so we'll just tank this up and it's going to get low. Oh, never mind. They'll just stop tanking it for a brief moment. The catapult dies, but they might still be able to get it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's really good for them.
Radiant's middle tower
I mean, Tusk
has fallen.
is okay at pulling creep waves back, but the issues here is he doesn't really have as many safe places to get last sets now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
EG's just owning these rotations they did on the mid lane, accomplishing the tower kill, and now they're going to rotate to pressuring safe lane. Medusa is not going to get a lot of time to hit creeps here. He even has to ulti to get back to his tier 2.
Radiant's bottom tower
Really
is
rough.
under attack.
Invisibility.
Yeah, so they're just going to leave their safe lane now as EG continues to pressure. They're just getting so much more value out of this.
Dire's
Gunner
top
getting
tower
ulti.
is under attack.
Not so
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So much
Radiant
blood.
structures.
You know, maybe they
are
got a little too
fortified.
cheeky expecting the mid
Dire's
Tusk to
top
work.
tower
It's certainly
is under
something EG
attack.
was prepped for. What are we going to do if he goes for Tuskar? Well, Kunkka works great here.
Dire's structures
Abed just kind of
are
bullied him in
fortified.
lane. Then they did the rotation with the 5-minute catapult. They get the mid tower, and that just opens the jungle, which
Radiant's
not only
bottom tower.
undercuts what
Radiant's
Gunner wants to do,
bottom
but also
tower has
undercuts
fallen.
what Medusa wants to do. So,
Dire's top
unfortunately
tower
for
is
them,
under
maybe
attack.
the Tusk works great in late game if their net worths are similar, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case now. So, kind of really opens up Nouns' strategy in a big way.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Twins.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
My thrift
Yeah,
reward.
and even if they are standing perfectly positioned and Medusa is the front line, she might still die.
Mega kill. The seventh hell.
Radiant's
Dude,
bottom
they needed that
tower
kill
is
so
under
badly.
attack.
Finally getting for their first kill on the board. That's a mega kill streak for Crit, by the way. He's got 5 kills. 5 of the 7 kills have been his. He has been playing remarkably good. He even picks up the tome here. Chen's like, he's like, sorry, Chen, I want another point in Devour or something. Which is good. He'll be very farmed. I just feel... Yeah, they really have been. It just feels like the Hoodwink hasn't been able to slow down what EG's been doing. You know, he's more of like a disabler follow-up type hero. He hasn't hit 6 yet, not even close, of course, so even getting level advantages have been tough. So he's like scrambling to try to like slow this shit down, but it just doesn't feel like he's even close to being able to do so. Maybe they get fly at least. Okay. The disable follow-up works. Ooh, they got Abid. It made sense for them to cut right going for the Razor because he was separated from the rest of the squad, but they just didn't have enough single target damage. They had already used Hoodwink ultimate earlier in the fight. If they used Roar, they are slapping with Enchantress, but like they just don't have any damage output yet. And they committed to that fight, but they all got wiped. So really bad place for the Nouns to be at right now. There's the replay clip. Like they threw their spells in, but they just genuinely don't have that much damage. And that a little extra heal definitely kept them alive. And if they actually didn't doom Gunnar there, Gunnar actually does clean up that kill. So that was a great doom by Crit. He would have been able to soul ring and snowball after landing the ice shards. So definitely a really nice defense there. Crit continuing to overperform this game. He's already got a blink dagger, by the way, at 12 minutes from a 4-position doom. And he's got War Stomp, of course. So yeah, he's looking really good.
Stop!
It has a lot of effective Doom Force. EG Smoke Sword's top lane, looking for a potential pickoff of a carry or maybe an off-lane hero. Nouns are still playing in this area, so prevent this from happening. But whole team's poking a little bit, looking for their opportunities.
Radiant structures.
Yeah, he knew they had to kill. I mean, they pop glyph at least, so that does buy them a little time, but it's gonna mech these Chen creeps. He shouldn't have tanked this so long, actually. He does lose a few of them, but I think they'll be able to force the tower dying. Yep. There's a lot of switching of creep hands, basically. Mud Golem gets stolen, then the boar gets stolen, then the boar gets stolen back. So he did lose his Helm of the Dominator creep doing that action, but it guarantees the fly kill. So they lose it. Oh, actually, the tier 2's alive. Hell yeah, great defense by Nouns then, because that looked really bad. But it's still a big net worth disadvantage that they're playing at 8,000. Once again, Nightfall on the top of the net worth, of course, because he's just that kind of guy. Constantly winning his lane and transitioning so well. In a perfect place to counteract these skeletons, although he doesn't want to show. He's a little bit worried that the enemy squad will pop out and kill him if he does show on these. Oh. Yep. Not worth it to let him get away, so might as well pop the Doom. And now they're going to set up towards mid lane. They did see Doom TPing, so they're going to know that EG's trying to play in this area now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But the net worths continue for EG. Very confident in their lead right now. They should clean up this tier 2 bottom now with that pickoff. Gunnar was trying to stop this from happening by pushing out that bot lane as safely as he could, and well, even though Husky does damage the tier 1 tower of his own, still EG has really good map control.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, those are the items that really just make the hero have tons of potential. You get tanky naturally by your strength gain in these few items, and then you just get BKB. You don't really have to worry about too much. If it's physical damage, well, you just static link him. You take that damage away, and he gets a now front line for his team. He's going to probably transition straight into the refresher. That way he gets double ulti, double BKB. There's a great position for UGB, and now they're going to invade, defend, or take over the enemy's tri-camp. That way it's harder for Nouns to move across the map and get farm. This feel like it's ruptured.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, we got him.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Gets there just in time with 4 points of X. He had the vision. I think he had a torrent for vision first, then landed the X, if I'm not mistaken, but pulls her back. Pops the ulti, TP's in the tree. Torrent for vision, I think. Either way, catches her. Nice grab. And in the live game, EG's taking Roche with that. Now that Medusa's dead for another 14 seconds. No, Nelson does not get vision. It could have been blood right. Maybe he has some blood right for vision too. But
under attack.
He's got BKB coming too on Bloodseeker, so only real thing he's got to worry about is Medusa ulti pretty much. But because her raw damage output is really not that extreme, I don't think EG's concerned at all with the current game state. I'm going to pick off Z-Freak on the top lane. That's straight killing him with Doom. He's got a shard picked up as well, and a Philly Stone on Doom, so in case he didn't have enough gold.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Gunnar is close to his Ags at least. About 900 gold away, but considering how the game started, where he was being outlaned, and then EG had a much superior 5-minute rotation with tower taking, it just really blew up a lot of what Nouns wanted to do. And then both their supports were just running back and forth trying to stabilize things. They lose a couple fights, and EG is just so far ahead. And they're going to try to force a fight.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is unstoppable.
Abed just X'd and he just ran away. He's like, all right, peace. I know you guys got this. All he did was like, all right, I just want to make sure that I offset her movement speed during her ultimate, and that was more than enough. He goes back to farming mid lane. It's like, oh, it's just a little gank on the enemy carry, who's their 1-4 liner.
On this brigantine.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That was cool. I mean, that's a great kill to find. He didn't have too much threat of dying. He's got decent damage with Wild Axe and Beatmax, so... And that Wraith Pack damage. Don't forget about it. Dirty hole. It just needs a couple baby nerfs. It's not that. Sometimes people choose not to buy it.
Top tower is under attack.
Like, in my opinion, if they overbuffed anything, it was probably Vlad's maybe. It lowered the price of it by quite a bit. Yeah, it was kind of everything, but
Dire's top tower
they buffed it back up to the aura it was supposed to be at. They made the actual Wraith Pact a little better, and they made Vlad's cheaper. That was probably just maybe one or two too many buffs there. Yeah, I mean, basically what they're going to do, they're going to try to look for snowball kickbacks. And the targets that they're all looking at, they've all got BKBs. So even if they do kick them back, their teammates are going to ideally roar immediately afterwards and then blow that guy up before he presses BKB. Oh, he used Blink aggressive. They could go for this. Oh, they didn't get the jump. And it wasn't Gunner leading either.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now they run.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
Well, they only lost one hero. That's not the worst for the Nouns. Considering the game state, could have been so much worse. They didn't use Doom, though. He might die to neutrals. Really close. Okay, he's... Ooh, that was very close. He was at like 60 HP there on those Ancients, but he killed them first. He knew it would win. Very simple. I don't know. They kicked away the Doom in that fight, which is the right move in the moment. Did they use BKBs? They didn't really even pop BKBs except for Arteezy's one. So, I don't know. They didn't really get much out of that other than only losing one hero. Medusa ulti on cooldown for 30 seconds. She has no item past Manta right now. She does have a Brigand's Blade. That's a decent way to get some damage out for little, but until she gets Scotty, I just don't see how she controls or does much in teamfights at all. That'll be nice. More mana.
For the tweed.
Well, they are able to use the Manta Illusions to clear the creep wave at least. They don't have to approach too far, but with the gem on the EG side, Abed's run around with it with his Sanj and his BKB. He's not going to lose this anytime soon. So Nouns is basically in the position that EG was last game, where they are, well, this is more extreme. EG is crushing this game. Nouns is very far behind. But their high ground is quite good. They can slow things down with wild axes, with Medusa, with kickbacks. All you got to do is meet them into the fountain. The fountain can kill anybody.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, that part is also another big issue. That stuff. They're gonna spot.
Almighty Mother.
Oh, it's time to run.
Come on, sprites!
Hung by your moves, no
They didn't quite escape as fast as they maybe needed to. I think the issue was that before he got killed, Crit actually did place a ward there. So I think Nouns thought that they were safe to play in that area. They didn't quite escape as fast as they should have. And then they get caught in a couple of punishes. I mean, getting the kill was still fine, ultimately, and gold is actually even despite them losing 2 heroes to 1. But that's just because they're so far behind. The game's like, please, God, give Nouns a chance to win this game. She's almost got Scotty, about 100 gold away from that. So she pushes up the off lane there. Doesn't quite finish it before she TPs away, but Scotty's going to help a huge amount. It's very, very good against Razor. He's a ranged hero. It's going to lower his attack speed and his movement speed by a lot. It's okay against Bloodseeker, limits some of his heal when he does succeed in getting kills, but the raw stats are good too. I mean, we're close to Rapier territory without a doubt. Yeah, the game is her damage is very low right now, so this is one good way to actually get her damage up to a point where she could be competitive. But it's scary. And it's really tough to even look for these kills because all these Chen creeps are going to be a nice buffer between their opponents. So they'll spot out Gunnar trying to make these moves. And until he gets Blink Dagger, it's just so hard for Nouns to utilize the Tusk X because they're just not even close enough in net worth. Separating them is one option if they can get it, but yeah, they're just playing around cliff stuff right now. And the ward vision that it provides is just too good. Now Crit's got a BKB of his own. Now if he gets gone on again, he should be able to protect himself a bit. Be a good time to fight.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Gunnar walks away from his team like, hey, I'm alive, guys. But that's the problem right now. If he gets doomed in these fights, it's just Medusa. And yeah, sure, she kills Crit, lands a nice ultimate on him, and that limits Razor jumping in. But once that's over, she's like, oh shit, they're gonna go on me. I don't have BKB, I can't TP. Now the damage comes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Very farmed. Might as well, I mean, utter map control here. Not too many cooldowns burned on the Nouns side, so I guess they could jump and fight if they want to, and that's probably why EG is sitting where they are right now. They want to fight around the ward.
Radiant's
They
middle
absolutely read
barracks are
Nouns'
under
movement
attack.
there. They didn't start a Roche. They said, nah, we're just going to sit on this high ground. We're going to break things. That Hex was insane. Great pickup from Abed. The moment he saw Gunner, he hexed him. No shenanigans with the kickback there. So that just started the fight on a great place for Nouns and allowed them to use their net worth advantage to end that fight. And frankly, I'm a little surprised they haven't GG'd yet after how that last fight went. But it's only going to be 2 racks.
I just sharpened my spear and I'm ready to go.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Monster kill!
You can't escape.
I gotta say, maybe Abed played incredibly good towards the end there. X marks on the kickback